Imagine you're broadcasting a massive global esports tournament, right? Or a live stadium concert. A single dropped frame or a 1 second delay can basically ruin a moment for
Oh,
millions.
absolutely. It's a huge pressure picker.
And today, preventing that disaster doesn't really rely on human reflexes anymore. It actually relies on a 25-pound water-cooled server. So welcome to today's deep dive, where our mission is to decode exactly that piece of heavy-duty tech.
Yeah, we're breaking down the Kiloview KVW-MAX 32 NDI core hardware system. I know it's a massive mouthful.
It really is a mouthful.
But we're looking at how this $5,999 machine acts as the ultimate nerve center for live production. It guarantees zero black screens and zero lagging feeds.
Which is wild, because to understand the sheer scale of what this machine does, you have to look at the traffic it manages. Up to 32 NDI inputs and 32 outputs.
Right, so we're talking about network device interface, pushing massive amounts of high-quality video over standard networks.
But managing 32 simultaneous streams of that sounds like absolute chaos.
It is chaos if you don't have total control. You know, the software inside, which is called Core E, literally stands for control, organize, route, and more.
Okay, and more is definitely doing some heavy lifting there.
Oh, for sure. But the main thing is that it guarantees seamless switching. No blank screens, no stagnation, no blurring, even when you're handling DCI 4K video at 60 frames per second.
Wait, DCI 4K, so that's actual cinema-grade resolution, right? Not
Yeah.
just the standard consumer 4K you'd have on your living room TV.
Exactly. It's significantly wider and way more data heavy.
So it's essentially like an air traffic controller at the world's busiest airport, but instead of just directing planes from a tower, this controller has a dedicated, instantaneous fiber optic hotline to every single pilot.
Right, ensuring split-second routing without a single collision. And those routing decisions are happening continuously, frame by frame.
But pushing that much cinema-grade video constantly. I mean, how does the machine physically handle that much data without just catching fire?
Well, standard processors would completely melt trying to route 32 4K streams at once.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
That catastrophic heat is exactly why they built this hardware like a high-performance race car. It's a 25.6-pound rack-mount server loaded with an Intel i7 8-core processor.
Beefy.
Very, plus 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. And crucially, it uses a water-cooled radiator instead of just standard fans.
Wait, really? Water cooling just to route video? I get that servers run hot, but is plumbing a system with water really necessary?
It actually is. When a standard processor overheats, it protects itself by slowing down. It's a process called thermal throttling.
Oh, right. Which is fine for a laptop, but in live broadcasting.
In live broadcasting, thermal throttling instantly causes drop frames and buffering. Water cooling keeps the processor at peak efficiency under sustained, massive data loads.
Ah, so it never has to throttle.
Never. Combine that with redundant battery power to survive power blips and dual 10 gigabit SFP plus ports.
Which are the high-speed fiber network connections, right?
Yep, exactly. And that physical fiber speed is how they compress latency down to just one single frame. It ensures absolute uptime.
Okay, so you've got this incredible water-cooled beast with fiber optics, but building a custom PC with those specs and untangling complex networking protocols sounds like a massive headache.
Oh, totally. Especially for a production team that just wants to, switch camera angles.
Right.
Which brings us to the actual value proposition here. Kiloview made this completely turnkey. It runs a pre-installed Linux operating system with the Core Pro software locked and loaded.
So you don't have to be an IT genius to set it up.
Right. It frees users from the nightmare of Docker deployments.
Oh man, Docker deployments, that's essentially having to manually build and untangle virtual software containers just to get your routing system to talk to your network.
It's a huge pain.
Huh.
But this,
yeah,
it just works right out of the box. You plug it in, and it instantly recognizes your NDI sources.
Like if you're using PTZ cameras or...
PTZ cameras, yeah. Or switching between vertical and horizontal video. Even syncing tally lights to let your talent know they're live.
You bypass the entire IT headache. Because dedicated hardware might seem a bit rigid compared to just running software on an existing PC.
But when you eliminate software conflicts and hardware compatibility testing, you buy back time and reliability.
Exactly. And when you're juggling massive high-stakes productions paying $5,999 or even less with the 10% code floating around their site.
Always look for the code.
Always. But you're basically buying an insurance policy against production stress. It gives you an enterprise-grade control room in a single box.
It really does.
Which leaves me with a final thought for you to ponder. If a 25-pound water-cooled server is what it takes today to flawlessly juggle 32 4K streams without breaking a sweat,
It makes you wonder.
it does. How long will it be before this exact level of immense enterprise broadcasting power shrinks down to the size of our smartphones?